Welcome to the 41st episode of Generation Gap Book Reviews. I'm Christy the Mom.
And I'm Lena the daughter.
Yay! We're pretty excited about what we're going to review in this episode, I think. We're going to
Yes.
review books 3 and 4 in the Wingfeather Saga, which are titled The Monster in the Hollows and The Warden and the Wolf King, and those are written by Andrew Peterson.
Before we go further, spoiler warning for Northrop Eaton and below.
And below, and south of that, yes. So we're not going to be careful to avoid any spoilers in the first two books of the series.
Yes.
When we review book 4, after we review book 3 here, we will not spoil book 3. So
Yes.
this is both books 3 and 4 in the series, and we will talk about both of them, but not spoil either of them.
Yeah.
We reviewed On the Edge of the Dark Sea of Darkness, the first book in the series, in our fourth episode, and then we reviewed Northrop Eaton as part of our first big update episode, which was episode 20. So Northrop Eaton was just one part of that entire episode, just as a note. We may have said this back when we reviewed the first one, maybe at least, but this series as a whole is a much loved series for our entire family. Even Dad, I remember when we got him to listen to the audiobooks for this and how much he loved it and he wanted to keep going, and we were taking a trip and he wanted to keep listening to it in the car with all of us.
Yeah, that was so cool.
It's and then we're watching the show together. Well, as it comes out slowly, it's a big deal in our family. Monster in the Hollows.
Yes.
Where we pick up from where we leave off at the end of Northrop Eaton, which is that the Wingfeathers are on their way to the Green Hollows.
The Green Hollows.
In a boat from Chimera, and fleeing fangs and sea dragons, and Kalmar has just been turned into a wolf.
Oh, Fang.
So of course, as they come into the Green Hollows, this is a land that is very different from where they've been living for at least all of the kids' lives, where they've been suppressed by Nag and the Fangs. This place is free of Fangs, so of course they're not very happy when a Fang comes into their midst. So they have to deal with the unpleasantness of them not trusting Kalmar, and the kids all end up starting school in the Green Hollows and kind of trying to figure out their places here. But then there seems to be more danger in the Green Hollows than just the new little Fang.
Yeah.
And then I'll go ahead and mention then, as we move on to, we'll go ahead and give the synopsis for the Warden and the Wolf King, because I think we're just going to talk about them both together, what we like, what we didn't like. Warden and the Wolf King, now, not to spoil the previous book, but war has come to the Green Hollows. And this book it's the conclusion of the whole series.
Yes.
And while the battle has come to the Green Hollows, the young King Kalmar and the Throne Warden, they think that it might be better to take the fight to Nag. So Lena,
Yes.
tell us what you particularly like about these last two books.
Story wrap up. Characters are the best. Do have some Christian themes, though it's not Christianity because they call it the Maker.
Yeah, I mean it's a fantasy world, but he has a creator, God,
There we
basically. They call him the Maker, yeah.
Yeah, and there's things revealed, very good scenes in both the books, and things revealed that are very just powerful. I really enjoyed them, so I think that's what I can think of at the top of my head.
Monster in the Hollows had at least one gut-wrenching moment.
No kidding.
Just, yeah. There's a lot of danger, some dark stuff, some dark things happen, but a lot of excitement, and then Warden the Wolf King, great wrap up to the whole series. Character development, I think, in the last book was particularly great. And actually there were some things in there about the Christian type aspect to it. Actually kind of made me examine my own heart a little more closely. And I don't know that Lily had a lot of development. I feel like she was just always kind of like,
she was always the
innocent kid.
Yeah.
Sweet innocent kid from the beginning and a sweet innocent kid all the way through. But the boys definitely.
Oh yeah, they definitely had stuff that happened.
Jenner's definitely the main protagonist throughout the series, and he really, really develops. The ending to the book was incredible. Never saw it
Yes,
coming.
that was.
Just
Whew.
kills you. This book and series left me with one of the biggest book hangovers I feel like I've ever had. I mean,
Yeah.
it was just you're like, how do you recover from this? How do you come back from this? And I've
Yeah.
listened to it now,
I
read or listened to
can't.
it like 3 times, and it still
Yeah.
is. You're done, and you're just like, I don't want to leave this world.
Yeah. I can't really say for sure how I first reacted to certain scenes when I first read it, which was when Andrew Peterson was doing the live streams, because I don't remember that far back. So barely remember what I did last week. So.
But I remember though, what I remember is that you were listening to you were sometimes listening to them with me, and then you'd want to go out and play because it was like in the warmer months,
Oh,
and
really?
you might maybe listen to him later. You got caught up, but anyway, by the time he finished reading book two, you were hooked, and you actually sped on ahead and listened to the audiobooks for three and four.
Really?
Well, that's
Oh,
what
wow. Seriously, I don't remember things at all.
you got ahead of me because I read the first two books as ARCs because they were coming out as
Oh.
new
Yeah, 'cause
covers
they made the new.
with new
Yeah.
with the illustrations and stuff. And it was during the time that I came across that it was during quarantines and stuff, and he started reading them online. And he had narrated books three and four, the audiobooks, but someone else had narrated the first two.
Mhm.
Fortunately, he had narrated three and four, which were the ones that you hadn't listened to yet. So you got ahead of like, because he read the first one and then he took a break, and then he read the second one, he took a break. You didn't want to wait, so you got the
Wow.
audiobooks and listened to them. I mean,
That's crazy.
this was 5.5 years ago,
Yeah, I knew it was
so
during COVID, so.
clearly you don't remember it that well, but
No, because I don't.
but so you finished the series before I did because I was waiting for the rest of them to come out as
Mhm.
ARCs. I'm pretty sure, unless I finished them as
Hmm.
audiobooks too. But then you were like
That
antsy
that
and
that was
desperate for me to read
before.
them because so that we could
Yeah,
talk about
and
them.
that was before I was a reader.
Now listen to this. You then proceeded to go back and read the first two books and re-listen to the last two books a few times, all in the space of a few months.
I did. Okay,
And at
I
that
have.
point, you were not much of a reader.
I used to take random videos of myself when I was
Uh-huh.
younger, and I think it was. I remember recently because I go back sometimes to see what I did, whatever, in those videos, and I knew I had several videos of me reading out loud to. I think it was yeah, on the edge of the dark sea of darkness.
Were you trying to do the voices?
I yes, it's
Like
definitely
Poto or
interesting to see.
Oscar?
Yeah, I was trying. I'm pretty sure I was trying to do it like Andrew Peterson did it, but I'm not very good at voices all the time. So
Well,
like,
this podcast has taken a turn, but that might just go to show how
yeah,
how much a part of our lives this
yeah.
series has been.
I always give credit basically to my more recent like when I started reading most recently to like A Good Girl's Guide to Murder and Harry Potter. But I feel like this could also kind of be involved in it where it was always there. Though I when I had after I read it I didn't get into reading. It still might have given me a love for reading that I just didn't
You
go
didn't
in
act on
like
right
I
away.
didn't act on. Yeah.
And then, you've read it since then too, so.
Yeah. The most recent I just remember that the most recent listen through that I had of the series was because my friend from youth group started reading them and then would tell me about like things that were happening recently in his book, and I was like, I don't remember this because it's such a minor thing that was really happening. So then I was like, "Ah, you know what? It's been a while. I'm gonna listen to it. Listen
So
to
is
it
there
several
anything that
times.
you can think of that you did not like about these two books?
There's a certain thing that happens at the beginning of the fourth book that was really stupid on their part.
On their part, she means
In the
the
book,
characters in
the
the
characters
book.
in the book.
They made some really stupid decisions.
I and I mean,
It's not a spoiler for book three, and it
mhm,
happens at the very beginning of book four, so I feel okay saying this.
mhm,
Janner turns 13, and a tradition in the Green Hollows is
mhm.
when the kid turns 13, they throw him out in the
Not any
woods.
kid, just well, the club he's a part of.
Right, right, because the whole we haven't even gotten to that part because we skipped to the third book to talk about what you didn't like about the fourth book.
Yeah.
We'll come back to the school system in the third book, but for well,
Oh right,
at
that
least a
was
little
your
bit.
dislike.
There was the school that they attend in the Green Hollows has you join a guild,
Guild, yes, that's
depending
what they're
on your
called.
interests and what you want to do. And
Yeah.
Janner and Tink are in like the guild of sneaking people. Like they fight and they sneak around, and then
Sneaking people.
I can't remember
Durgans?
Durgans.
They're
Sneaker.
yeah.
They're
They're
sneakery. It's sneakery. They call it sneakery. So I feel weird. I feel like I'm trying to say that in a different way. They're the sneakers. Anyway,
They're
they're not
shoes.
shoes. They joined that guild, and apparently it's tradition for kids in that guild when they turn 13 to be thrown out into the middle of the wilderness and have to find their way back, like drugged and thrown out into the middle of the wilderness to see if they can find their way back.
Mhm.
While there is incredible danger lurking, Nag, the
'Cause they're
Fangs,
already like,
all of this stuff that they're on edge about, and they still find it like a good idea to throw Janner out into the woods.
Yeah. Seriously. Who are you?
So
That was
that's really the only thing that I specifically remember not liking about the fourth book. And the third book, it's really just to me what drags down the excitement and the enjoyment of it is the school system, because we spend like a good chunk of the book with them learning about how these guilds work and finding their place in the guild. And Janner didn't want to be in the Durgan guild because it's not really his thing, but he had to be there to protect Kalmar, who is both dangerous and bullied, basically. So protect him and protect others from him. And the whole thing, it's just a lot of. I've never been a huge fan of just kids kicking and punching and fighting and bullies and just, I don't know, just the school, the time spent at school and trying to get them, for them trying to fit into school. It just felt like it wasn't necessary to the grander story. So that was what I didn't particularly care for about the third book.
Yeah.
Do you have anything more?
No.
Okay, so what do you rate these books?
I rated both of them 5 stars, which means this series was a whole 5-star read for me.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Which is incredible.
I gave all 4 of the books 5 stars. I think I might have given On the Edge of the Dark Sea of Darkness 4.5 the very first time I read it, but when I see it, when I read it again and I know the scope of the whole thing,
Yeah,
I've
right?
elevated it back. It's all 5 stars. It's just
so
such a good
cool.
series.
I know, right?
And I mean, we already done recommendations for this series, so
Yeah.
we can just maybe reiterate that we recommend it to, well, pretty
Everybody.
much everybody.
Everybody in the entire world needs to read
Readers
this
of
book.
all ages. I mean, I'm an adult and I love it. She's a teenager and she was a 10-year-old when she first read it, and she loved it. I particularly suggest reading it along with your kids or out loud to your kids if they're a little younger.
Because I know there's families that do that.
If you like to listen to books together on a car ride, this is a great one to listen to because Andrew Peterson is amazing at the narration. So I think that now's a good time to talk about the TV show.
TV show.
Which is only available on Angel Studios.
Angel Studios.
But
technically the first season is the only free season.
So the first season is free on Angel Studios.
Yes.
And then everything after that is paid.
Angel Guild, yes.
And they're up to season 3 now?
Yeah, they just finished season 3. I don't know what their plan is for season 4 because I haven't actually seen too much about it. But
so it's not coming out fast.
No.
But we've watched all of it so far.
So season 1 was the first book, season 2 and season 3 was the second book, which I was very glad because they expanded on it.
I mean, they're not exactly long seasons either, but they're not rushing in. I like that.
Yeah.
And it's been a good show. I mean, there are some. Andrew Peterson is definitely involved. He even plays one of the characters.
Yes.
And there are definitely changes. Some very big and some not too big. I think overall it generally follows the same story.
Yeah.
And
it's really good.
The good moments are still good, and you know, we've talked about movies and shows that have been made, most of the movies made from books that we've read, and this one's good. It's animated,
really good. Yeah,
which makes a lot of sense really when you know what it's about.
How would you have
the fangs alone if it wasn't animated? So we recommend the books. We recommend the show.
Yes.
I wouldn't recommend watching the show without reading the books because I just think you're going to get fuller experience from the books first. But overall, Andrew Peterson, WINGFEATHER SAGA, 2 giant thumbs up from both of us. So technically 4 thumbs up.
Join us next time when we will be reviewing Beneath the Swirling Sky by Carolyn Leiloglu.
Until next time, I'm Christy.
And I'm Lena.
And this is
Generation Gap Book Reviews.